What makes, and this is a question for both of you, what makes Berger Bullets shoot so well? I mean, what's the main component behind them that makes them shoot so well?
Well, it's two key things. One is the jackets that we use are concentric or the same thickness all the way around, and that won't vary more than 3/10,000ths of an inch or 3/10. And that evenness around the outside of the bullet means that the inside of the bullet is balanced. So as it's spinning 250,000 RPMs traveling to the target, it's balanced. And so the bullet isn't being drawn off, dispersion isn't being isn't being drawn off target. And that's very important. So the J4 jacket that we use is a big key. And that's something that we can make consistently, and it's available to us all the time. The other thing is, frankly, the thing that I think is the biggest part of Berger Bullets is the fact that we've stayed true to our roots. And what I mean by that is Walt started making bullets for a specific purpose. It was related entirely to precision. As we've expanded the line, we haven't changed that method at all. We've become more advanced in terms of automation technology and making bullets faster, making more bullets on more machines. But the basic premise of making a bullet the same way to be as precise as possible is what we do from the 17 caliber clear up to the 338. We don't have different methods to manufacture different size bullets. They're done all entirely the same, and they're all done based on that original foundation of what was important for precision bench rest shooting. And that's the reason why our logo has a bench rest target in the center, is because that's what we're based on, and everything has grown from that, but has always stayed true to that.
Well, which is actually why we make such a good partnership, because Sinclair, we trace our roots back to bench rest. When you guys first started out, Walt, you guys made predominantly flat-based bullets.
That's correct.
They were flat-based bench rest bullets, short-range bullets. But then the market, by seeing the success of these bullets in bench rest competitions, said, hey, we want them for high power, or we want them for long range, or whatever. So this led to the development of a lot of different bullets in your line now. So today you make everything from those original flat-based bullet designs to traditional boat tail bullets to VLD bullets to even some hybrid bullets. You guys have expanded your lineup now to cover just about every rifle bullet a shooter would need, and that's pretty correct, isn't it?
This is correct, Bill. And you mentioned flat-based bullets versus a boat tail bullet. At one time, I've made some flat-based bullets that were almost what I consider perfect. I turned the inside of the jackets on a small lathe, and you could put them on an indicator that they would go from 0 run out to 1/10,000th. Now, for people not knowing what 1/10,000th is, maybe we should take and explain that just for a second.
What's a good example of 1/10,000th?
If you take the hair out of your head and measure, it'll measure about 3/1000th. Keep in mind, 3/1000th.
One hair.
One hair. That's about the average size. Now, you split it lengthwise 3 times. Now, we got 3 pieces of that. You take one of those and split it 10 times. And that is about 1/10,000th is.
And that's what we're looking for in a bullet jacket.
That's what we're looking for in the bullet jackets.
So what that does, for our audience out here, is that turns a bullet into, when it comes out of the bore, it's perfectly balanced. And as that bullet transitions from muzzle velocity to the terminal velocity at, say, 1,000 yards, as it slows down, that bullet's going to continue to perform.
That's correct. That is absolutely correct, Bill.
Now, there's been all kinds of, we know Eunice, when she won the bench rest world championship, the super shoot at Kelblaze, she was obviously shooting Berger bullets. But you guys have had champions in a number of sports, bench rest, high power, long range. There's a lot of people. You guys have got some other talented staff on your, at Berger Bullets too, don't you?
We have a bunch of talented staff. But one of the things that I was going to get into is that when I first started making boat tail bullets, I didn't make a good boat tail bullet. Looking back, I thought I was making a good boat tail bullet. But looking back on it, I was not making a good boat tail bullet because we were not measuring the boat tail, the concentricity of the boat tail to the body. And that's a very hard thing to do because the boat tail punches break, you have to make new ones, and if you're lucky, you'll make a good boat tail bullet. But since we got into all of this, and part of this started with the VLD bullet, because I was asked by Dr. Palmisano and Bill Davis to help develop a bullet for the 300 meters team, the U.S. 300 meter team. And in 1986, I accompanied the 300 meter team with Dr. Palmisano to Sweden to shoot the first 6mm bullet in a 300 meter match, a national, or world champion 300 meter match. And it performed very well.
Excellent.
So.
Yeah, and I've heard that story. In fact, I'd ask, on our website, you can read a little article about that transition or how the VLD came about. And they basically were developing a cartridge to replace the 308, I think. And, or is that pretty close to the story,
That's
Walt?
correct. That
and
was
so once they came up with the design, they came to you guys because you were the expert in bullet design and wanted you to develop that VLD bullet.